Long ago, in the heart of Africa, there was a small village called Lembala. The village was surrounded by golden savannas and lush forests, where the Baobab tree, ancient and wise, stood at the center. It was said that the tree held the village's heart and blessed those who respected its wisdom. Among the villagers lived Amani, a kind-hearted young woman whose laughter could light up even the dullest day. She spent her mornings tending to the village gardens, her afternoons listening to elders' stories, and her evenings watching the sunset beyond the savannah. But Amani's heart carried a secret longing for someone whose soul would speak to hers in a language beyond words. The village whispered about Kofi, a brave and thoughtful young man who journeyed daily to the river to fetch water for his family. He was strong yet gentle, a rare combination that drew admiration from everyone, but his heart had not yet found a home. One fateful day, as Amani gathered water near the Baobab, their eyes met. Time seemed to slow. The elders said that the Baobab had chosen them. From that moment, a silent promise was born, one that would endure trials, distance, and fear. Once every year, the villagers celebrated the festival of masks, a time to honor their ancestors, the spirits, and the wisdom of the Baobab. Colorful masks and flowing fabrics filled the village square, drums pounded, and dancers leaped with energy. Amani and Kofi, though shy around each other, found themselves paired for the festival's traditional dance. At first, their steps faltered, clumsy yet earnest. But as the rhythm took hold, the spark of connection blossomed. During the festival, the village elder whispered to Amani, "Love is like the Baobab. It grows slowly, but when it does, its roots cannot be broken." That night, beneath the stars, Kofi found the courage to speak to Amani, sharing stories of his dreams, hopes, and the longing he had always felt but never named. And Amani, in turn, shared her own heart, the timid yet unwavering. Their bond grew, but love in Lembala was never without trials. One morning, the village awoke to troubling news. The drought threatened their crops, and the sacred river had begun to dry. The villagers whispered that the spirits of the forest were angered. Kofi, determined to help, ventured deep into the forest to find the hidden spring that could save the village. The journey was treacherous, wild animals, the thorny paths, and sudden storms tested him at every step. Amani, refusing to let fear silence her love, followed silently, bringing food and water. Along the way, she faced her own trials, overcoming fear, exhaustion, and doubt, but her courage never wavered. Together, they discovered the hidden spring, the crystal-clear pool guarded by ancient spirits who tested the purity of their hearts. Only when Kofi and Amani acted selflessly, placing each other's safety above their own, did the spirits allow them to bring water back to the village. Returning as heroes, Kofi and Amani presented the water to the village. Relief and joy spread through Lembala, and the Baobab tree seemed to glow in recognition. The elder declared that their love had been tested and proven true. That evening, the villagers gathered under the Baobab. The elder took a ceremonial leaf from its branches and handed it to Amani and Kofi. "May your love be like the Baobab," he said. "Rooted in courage, patience, and care. May it endure all storms." Under the soft light of lanterns, the couple placed their hands together, feeling the warmth of not only the Baobab but the love of their entire village. They knew then that love was more than passion, it was sacrifice, understanding, and growth. Days turned to months, and the seasons changed, yet their love only deepened. They worked together in the village, teaching younger children, planting new crops, and helping elders. The baobab, a silent witness, grew taller and stronger with each passing year, the mirror of their unwavering commitment. And though life tested them with challenges, harsh rains, distant relatives, and moments of doubt, they faced every hardship together, anchored by the love they had nurtured. One day, as they rested beneath the baobab, Amani asked softly, "Do you think love can truly conquer all?" Kofi smiled, brushing her hair back. "Love does not conquer, it grows. And when it grows together, nothing can tear it apart." Years later, the village faced a new challenge. A wildfire threatened the savannah. Kofi and Amani, now leaders in the community, rallied the villagers to safety and fought the flames with courage and unity. As the last sparks died, the baobab stood unharmed, a reminder that love rooted in trust and action could weather any storm. Kofi and Amani, exhausted but grateful, embraced under its branches, realizing that life would always challenge them, but together, they could endure anything. Decades later, the village thrived. Kofi and Amani's children and grandchildren played beneath the baobab, hearing the stories of their parents' courage and love. The village elders told the tale of the couple who had shown that love is not just a feeling but a living, breathing act of care and courage. Even as Kofi and Amani grew old, their hearts remained intertwined. The baobab, now massive and ancient, held the memory of their love for all to see, a symbol of patience, hope, and unwavering devotion. The villagers said, "When you look at the baobab, you do not see a tree. You see love that endures. Love is not a fleeting flame, but a tree whose roots grow deep in the soil of courage, patience, and sacrifice." Amani and Kofi's story reminds us that love is more than desire, it is the quiet strength that carries us through storms, the gentle courage that allows us to face fear, and the hope that blooms, even in the harshest seasons. And somewhere, under the shade of an ancient baobab in Lembola, love continues to grow, its branches reaching high, touching the hearts of all who witness it.